Hello students, welcome back. In the last session we were discussing about basic text markups. In today's session we will continue our discussion of basic text markups. So let us start. So first we will discuss about the block quotes. So block quotes or the block quote tag, it is used to make your text look different from the regular text which is there in the web page. Many a time while creating web pages, we may want a paragraph of text to look or to appear different from the regular text. In such cases, we can make use of block quotes tag. Block quotes tag comes in pair, that is, we have a block quote open, then the content and block quote closed. Okay, as I have said, block quote, it is to set block of text off from the normal flow and appearance of text, normal flow and appearance of a text, means that makes your text look different from the normal text. Again, how it does it, again that depends on the browser which is used. So some browsers, what they do, they often indent the text to look to make it different from the regular text, or some browser even make the text italicize. It displays the text in a italic font to look that to make that text different from a regular text. So it basically depends on the browser how it makes the text looks or appear different from the regular text. But block quote can be used to make your text look different from the regular text. Then we have font styles and sizes. So font styles, like we can make our text bold, italic, underlined, or even look larger or smaller by using different tags which are available in the HTML or XHTML. Most of these tags have been deprecated from the latest versions, but many browsers still supports these tags. So formatting is not the main intent of HTML, and because of this the formatting details are generally done by using one more language known as CSS, that is cascading style sheet. Then too, HTML does support some formatting tags by which we can format our text, and some of these tags are the boldface tag, that is B. You can display your text in bold or make your text bold by using B. Italics, for that we use a tag I to make it bigger than the current text size. You can make your font look bigger than the current size. If current is 8, it may make it as 10, the new text. Then small, that makes your text smaller than the current size. Monospace, that is TT, which displays your text in teletype font, that is monospace teletype font. Okay, so these are the tags which can be used to style your font and change the size of a font. Let us look at some of these tags with example. Okay, let us open Notepad++. This was our last example in the last session. I'll make modification in the same example. I'll just remove those headings, and we have some text here. I'll add copy and paste the same text one more time. Okay, and let us execute and see the output of this. Okay, this is the output. Some paragraph of text. Now consider I want to use a block code. I want to make this text, this complete text look different from the first and the last text which has been added in this file. For that, what I can do is I can use a tag that is block quote. So if you're using Notepad++, Notepad++ will provide you help even when you type some first 2-3 letters of a tag. Automatically a tag name is displayed. Okay, block quote. Now this is the closing tag. So closing tag is always preceded by a /. Save it and I'll just refresh it. Now you can see how a block quote tag makes your text look different from the regular text. So this 2 paragraphs are regular text, whereas this has been added in a block quote. And what browser has done here, it has added a additional space before and even before the text on the left hand side, and even before and after the text also there is a line break which has been added. So this is how a block quote can be used. Okay, apart from block quote, we have studied the font style tags, that is bold and italic. Now consider I want to make some text bold. Say home page, I want to make it bold. What I can do is I can simply add a B tag before it, B, and close the B after home page. Now let us check the output. Now you can see the home page has been displayed in bold face. So this is how formatting tags can be used. We have other tags like if I want to make this home page italic, then I can go for I tag. Okay, now look at the output. So this home page has been displayed in italic style. So this is how this font formatting tags can be used. There are other small and big which can also be used. Say this web page I want to display in a bigger size than the regular size. If you look at this browser display, this is our output. This regular size, I think it is 12 font, and I want this say this website, okay, this website to look bigger than the regular text. Then what I can do is I can use a tag that is big tag, or if I want to make it as small, I can use a small tag. Okay, let me make it big. I said this website should look big, so before that I'll add a tag that is big, and I'll close the big here. Okay, so if I refresh this, you can see here this website, this word website, looks a bit larger than the regular font. Okay, so this website word has been added in a tag that is big tag, so that makes your text look a bit larger. Same way you can go for the other tags which we have studied, that is small, even monospace. If you are using it, simply changes the font and it uses teletype font. Okay, so this is how the font styles can be used. One more example about font style. You can see here it can be nested. A big can be added inside another big. In that case, how it works? Suppose this is our HTML file content. So we have the, after the we have a tag big. Inside this big tag we have a word that is slit. After slit again we have a big tag, means inside this big we have one more big. This is not a closing big tag, remember, this is also opening big tag. So inside one big we can have another big. Even in case of some other tags, nesting is possible. One tag may appear inside the other tag. So we have big here, and inside this big we have one more big, means three big tags which have been opened, and after that inside all of this we have a I tag, italic tag. In that case, how this tag behaves, you can see the which has been included directly, then inside big we have sleet. So sleet has been displayed in a font size larger than this regular font size, that is the is displayed. Then we have one more big, and inside that we have in. So how in is displayed? In is displayed in a larger font size than the earlier font size. Earlier font size was used for sleet, and in is displayed in a larger than sleet. And again we have one more big inside which we have displayed create or cred, and if you look at that, it has been displayed again in a larger font size than this in, and this has been in even in italic font style. So this is how we can even nest the tags inside other tags. Okay, then we have superscript and subscript. So superscript can be used with a tag that is subscript can be used with a tag that is sub, sub, and superscript can be used with a tag that is sup. If you want to display something like this, that is I'll say 10 to the base 8, how this can be displayed on the HTML page? This can be displayed on an HTML page by using subscript tag. Even in case of superscript, I can display something like 3 raised to 3 or 3 raised to 2 by using the tags that is superscript. Now let us go through an example to see this. I'll open the notepad. Okay, consider I want to display 10, okay, I'll say 50 to the base 10, means 50 to the base 10 it has to display, and if I type it like this 50 to the base 10, that is 50 10, the output will be, it will simply display 50 10. You can see here 50 10. Okay, I'll take this 50 10 on the next line. How to take it on the next line? Add a break before it. We can add a break tag, so that will simply break the line. Now to display this 10 a bit down than the 50, what we can do is we can use a tag that is subscript. And how it can be used? SUB, the tag is SUB, open and then close SUB. Okay. Now let us verify the output. Now you can see 50 to the base 10 has appeared in a proper way. Same way we can write, I'll again break here, PR. Suppose if I want to display 20 raised to 3, if I write it like this, it will display 203. But if you want to display 20 to 20 raised to 3, then you can use superscript tag SUP, then 3, then close the superscript tag. Now look at the output. You can see 20 to the power 3. So this is how you can make use of the tags, that is subscript and superscript. Okay, next is the block versus inline elements. There are generally two types of elements which appear in the HTML documents, that is the block and inline elements. You know what is an element now. The opening tag along with its closing tag and its content together, it is called as an element. So there are two different types of element, inline and block element. So what is a block element? A block element or block level element always starts on a new line. Whenever you use a block element in the document, it always starts on a new line. For example, you can take an example of your heading tags. If you include the contents inside the heading tag always starts on a new line. Paragraph tag always starts on a new line. The content is not always displayed on the same line. If you use a paragraph tag, it always starts on a new line. Block level element always takes up the full width available on the screen. It stretches to the left and right as far as it can. A block level element has a top and bottom margin also, whereas an inline element do not have such margins. Okay. Some examples of block level elements, like I have said, your all heading tags are all block level elements. We have division tag, we have paragraph tag, which we have studied. Even a block quote is a block level element. Means block quote also we have seen in the last example. Block quote has started a line. It has displayed the text on a new line. So apart from that, we have many other block level elements which are available in HTML, and those elements we will study in our session one by one. Then inline elements. So what are inline elements? An inline element does not start on a new line. If you use an inline element, it will be displayed on the same line. An inline element only takes up as much width as necessary, not the complete width which is available, unlike the block elements which stretches and it takes the complete width. Some examples of inline elements can be like our style tags, that is B tag, bold tag, italic tag. These are examples of inline elements. These are displayed on a single line. Then you can take an example of an anchor tag A, which still that we haven't studied though. Even our superscript, subscript tags, these are all inline elements. Because let us see that example. Superscript, subscript, just now we have studied. So I'll take a superscript example to check how this is an inline element. Okay. Now you can see here what I have done in this last example. We have used first 50 to the base 10. Okay. Then we have displayed 20 to the power 3, but in between these I have added a break. If I do not add a break, what will happen? If I remove a break, now look at the output. Both of this has been displayed on the same line, and this is because these are inline elements. Inline elements are always displayed on the same line. You can add any number of superscript tag or subscript tag, or after this you can give multiple line breaks, and if you add an I tag and if you display something, even this will be displayed on the same line. Remember, you can see it has displayed on the same line. Why it has displayed on the same line? Because these are inline elements which are always displayed on the same line. Okay. But if you really want it to be on a new line, what you can do is you can add a break. You can add a break like I did in the last example. So break, and even after this 20 to raise to 3, if you want a new line, add a break there also. Even only then it will add a new line, otherwise the contents will be displayed on the same line. That is an inline element. The element whose content is displayed on the same line, it is inline element. Now let us look at the other example, that is block element. I will display a Okay, I'll display one more hello here, two hellos. Now this I'll display by using a bold tag. Even a bold is an inline element, remember. So the output is two hellos on the same line, but instead if I use, instead of if I use h1 here, that is heading tag, h1 is closed, and I'll use here h2 and h2 is closed. Now h1, that is heading tags, are all block elements, and the output of the block elements always appears on new line. So first hello on one line, second hello on another line. So output always appears on a new line in case of block elements. In case of inline element, it appears on the same line. Okay, this is about inline and block elements. Next is character entities. There are many different special characters which we may want to display on the web page, but because of those characters special meaning, those characters cannot be directly displayed on the screen. For example, if I want to display a greater than symbol like this, or a less than symbol, okay, like this, I cannot display this on the web page because these symbols has a special meaning. What is the special meaning? All the tags starts with this symbol and ends with this, means all tag names has open angular bracket and close angular bracket. Same way the double quotes has a meaning in the HTML. If you use a double quote, that means you are defining an attribute value. So these characters cannot be directly printed as is. To print these characters, what we can do is we can use some character entities. Now to print ampersand, we use ampersand AMP, which will print ampersand actually. If you want to print this less than symbol, you can use ampersand LT. For greater than, we can use ampersand GT, and so on. Now let me show you. Okay, say I want to print this symbol, that is less than. For that, what I can do is I can use ampersand LT. Now when you use ampersand LT, just look at the output. You can see the output. It has printed the symbol that is less than. If you want a greater than symbol, then you can use ampersand GT. Okay, and you can see a greater than symbol is displayed. Same way we have other entities. We have if you want to print double quotes, you can use ampersand quote. Single quote, you can use ampersand appose. 1/4 can be printed, that is ampersand fraction 1/4. 1/2 can be printed ampersand fraction 1/2. 3/4 can be printed by using ampersand fraction 3/4. Degree, if you want to print something like degree, there is 30 degree temperature, then you can use ampersand DEG, and for space you can use ampersand NDSP, that is non-breaking space. Now let us look at the space now. Consider I want some space between home and page here, this content you can see here. I want some space. Right now there is one character space in between. I want more space. If I give a space like this, I am giving some more space over there, and if I save it and if I execute it, there is no effect of that space on the document. The document still looks the same. There is only one space in between, because as we have studied, browser always ignores multiple character spaces and line breaks. Even if I press 10 time enter keys in my HTML document, that will not appear on my web page because browser simply ignores the line break. If you want a line break, use tags, use a break tag. Same way, if you want a space in between a word, you can go for a character entity, that is ampersand NBSP. Now how to use it? If you want a space here, use ampersand NBSP in between, ampersand NBSP, and it is non-breaking space, ampersand NBSP. One ampersand NBSP will give you a single character space. If you want multiple character space, use multiple number of NBSP. So copy and paste it. So that many character space you will get. So I'll save it. Now you can see there is some space between home and page. This is because we have used ampersand NBSP in between. Okay, then horizontal rule, we can draw a line, horizontal line on the display by using a tag called as HR tag, which means horizontal rule. You can see the syntax, very simple, HR, and there is a forward slash at the end. That means this is this tags do not have a separate closing tag. There is only one tag here. So how it can be used? Okay, consider after this two lines, I want a horizontal line to be displayed. What I can do is I can simply add a HR tag in between, HR, like this, and save it, and look at the output. You can see a line here. This line has appeared because we have used a tag HR in between. So like this you can add a horizontal line by using a tag HR. Okay, the next element, it is the meta element or the meta tag. This is the important tag which appears in the HTML document, and this is used by the search engines, and it is used to provide additional information about a document with attributes and not content. The contents of the meta tag are not displayed on the browser screen or on the web page, but this content can be used by other web services like the search engines. Search engines can search for a document or the content of a document through this meta elements. Meta elements generally appear in the head tag. We use a head tag after the HTML tag. Inside that we can declare the meta elements. So meta tag defines metadata about HTML document. Metadata is simply information about the data itself. Meta tag always goes inside the head section, I said, and are typically used to specify character set, page description, keywords, authors of the document, and viewport settings. Metadata will not be displayed on the page, but it is parsable data, means other services can view the data or check the data. Metadata is used by browsers, it can be used by search engines and other web services. So you can use metadata or meta elements in your web documents. Okay, with this we will stop here today. We will continue with the basic text markups even in the next session. Thank you.